The port of Suez shimmered under the hot Egyptian sun. The steamship Mongolia had just docked after a week at sea, and its passengers were eager to step onto solid ground again. Among them were Mr. Phileas Fogg and his servant, Passepartout, who followed his master with quick, lively steps. For Passepartout, Egypt was a dream he had never imagined. Golden sands, narrow streets full of camels,
and minarets rising against the burning sky.
For Mr. Fogg, however, Egypt was only a point on a timetable, a line in his carefully measured plan.
Mr. Fogg checked his watch as soon as he disembarked.
We are on schedule. Passepartout wiped sweat from his forehead, astonished by the heat and the new sights.
Mon Dieu, this is another world. Look, Master, those domes, those palm trees, those camels carrying water. But Mr. Fogg only nodded politely. The train for Cairo departs in 2 hours. We must not waste time.
Passepartout sighed. His master was a man of precision, not of wonder. Still, he followed faithfully.
Not far behind, Detective Fix of Scotland Yard kept a careful eye on them. He had followed Fogg since the Channel crossing, convinced that the English gentleman was the very man who had robbed the Bank of England.
Suspect Phileas Fogg has arrived in Suez, traveling to Cairo by train. Please send warrant for arrest immediately.
Might not arrive before Fogg moved further east. That frustrated him, but it also strengthened his resolve. He would stay close, waiting for the right moment to act.
Meanwhile, he struck up a casual conversation with Passepartout, who was too trusting to doubt him.
Passepartout said proudly,
"We have already crossed France, Italy, and the Mediterranean. Next is India, then Hong Kong, then America, and back to London."
Fix nodded but thought to himself, this challenge is just a cover. He is escaping justice.
His determination deepened. He must stop Fogg at all costs. The train to Cairo began its long journey through the desert. It was a curious mixture of European technology and ancient landscape. The iron tracks cut across golden sands, while the wind carried whispers of ancient caravans that had once crossed the same routes.
Passepartout sat by the window, his eyes wide with delight. He pointed excitedly at every sight.
"Look, monsieur, Bedouins on horseback, and there, a caravan of camels loaded with goods."
This land is full of wonders.
Mr. Fogg, on the other hand, sat upright in his seat, quietly reading his timetable and guidebook.
His expression never changed. At exact intervals, he glanced at his watch, confirming the train's punctuality.
After a while, Passepartout could not contain himself. "Master, do you never feel amazed?"
This desert, this sun, it is unlike anything in England.
Fogg looked up calmly. "The world is wide, Passepartout, but amazement does not help us arrive on time." Still, Passepartout smiled. He admired his master's discipline, even if he did not understand it.
By evening, the train rolled into Cairo, the great city by the Nile. For Passepartout, it was a vision from a storybook. Narrow alleys filled with colorful markets, the sound of merchants calling out, and the fragrance of spices, coffee, and roasted meat. Donkeys and camels shared the streets with carriages.
Minarets pierced the sky, and the call to prayer echoed across the rooftops.
Magnificent. I never thought I would see such a place with my own eyes.
Mr. Fogg, however, moved with steady steps. he walked straight to the ticket office to confirm their passage on the next train to Suez, where a ship would take them toward Bombay, India. Time was everything. Detective Fix shadowed them through the crowded streets. He kept silent, but his thoughts burned. If only the warrant arrives in time. That evening, Fogg allowed Passepartout a short walk through the bazaar. The servant marveled at the lamps that glowed in
Things that glowed in the dark, the craftsmen hammering brass, and the storytellers gathering children around them.
To him, Cairo was alive with magic.
But his master was already preparing for the next stage. He calculated the hours, the distance, and the connection.
We are still on schedule. If no delays occur, we will reach Bombay as planned.
Passepartout nodded, though in his heart he wished for more time to explore. Still,
He respected his master's mission. This was not a holiday. It was a race against time.
the next morning, as they prepared to leave Cairo, Fix approached Passepartout again. This time he spoke with false friendliness.
You are fortunate to serve such a master. But tell me, do you know why he is in such a hurry? Why he risks so much money? Why, of course. He is a man of honor. He has made a challenge, and he will win it. You will see.
Fix smiled but thought, the servant knows nothing. I must catch the master myself.
He then secretly wrote another telegram to London, repeating his request for the arrest warrant. He was determined to delay
Fogg in Egypt if possible, but Fogg's strict schedule left little chance.
The time soon came to leave Cairo and return toward the Red Sea, where their ship waited. Fogg
bought the tickets with his usual calmness, checked his watch, and guided Passepartout back to the stations.
As the train pulled away, Passepartout leaned out of the window, waving at the city that had enchanted him. Goodbye, Cairo. Perhaps one day I shall return. Fogg closed his guidebook and said quietly, onward to India.
Behind them, Fix followed, his determination stronger than ever. The great adventure was only beginning.